The Pandora Papers laid bare Zelensky's utilization of proxy buyers through offshore accounts nestled in the Virgin Islands and Belize. Seri Shafir, Zelensky's aide entrenched in offshore networks, emerged as the orchestrator of such transactions, deftly maneuvering on behalf of the president. This covert network, originally dabbling in upscale property investments across London, Africa, and Italy, has...
Welcome to TFI Global, the antidote to mass delusion.
In recent days, the internet has been abuzz with details of President Zelenskys' incomes and assets, prompting concern among Western officials. The apprehension stems from doubts about further financial aid to Ukraine, a country grappling with the aftermath of war. In response, Zelensky, perhaps sensing the implications, has publicly declared himself financially modest, even advocating for increased transparency among public officials. However, skepticism shrouds the reliability of the accompanying report. But folks, the released report isn't worth its weight in the paper it is printed on. Zelensky's financial declaration seems more like a tall tale than a truthful account. Let's delve into the report's findings. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky recently made a public disclosure of his income spanning a 2-year period, a move aimed at fostering transparency and combating corruption. According to the details released on the presidential website, Zelensky highlighted a decline in his income in both 2021 and 2022, with the latter year being marked by the start of the Russia-Ukraine war. This disclosure marked the first instance of Zelensky publicly declaring his income. In 2021, preceding the war, Zelensky and his family reported an income of 10.8 million hryvnias, that is $286,168, reflecting a decrease of 12 million hryvnias from the previous year. Notably, the 2021 figure included income from the sale of $142,000 worth of government bonds. In 2022, the Zelensky family's income further decreased to 3.7 million hryvnias. This decline was attributed to reduced rental income from real estate due to the outbreak of the war. Zelensky's call for public officials to disclose their incomes aligns with broader efforts to enhance transparency and combat corruption, crucial steps as Ukraine pursues its bid to join the European Union. Western allies, including those providing weaponry and financial assistance, along with international bodies such as the IMF, have been seeking assurances regarding anti-corruption measures. The recent reopening of the register on declared income by Ukraine's National Agency on Corruption Prevention adds another layer to ongoing efforts to expose and eliminate graft. Now let's dissect an analysis of Zelensky's income and assets. Casting a shadow on the transparency of his administration was Mohammed Al-Alawi, an Egyptian investigative journalist who stirred a burgeoning controversy. His revelation brought to light the purchase of a $5 million villa by Olga Kyashko, President Volodymyr Zelensky's mother-in-law dearest, setting off a storm of debate and speculation. At the heart of the controversy lay concerns about financial impropriety and the potential influence wielded by such a substantial purchase. The unfolding details of the acquisition, situated in the VIP enclave El Guna along the Red Sea coast, intensified the scrutiny. The villa, acquired in May for a hefty 150 million Egyptian pounds, that is approximately $4,860,000, raised eyebrows given the stark contrast with Zelensky's reported income before 2019. Prior to assuming the presidency, Zelensky's declared income was modest, 28 million hryvnias, which is about $750,000. The sudden surge in financial capacity with a brief period fueled suspicions regarding the legitimacy of funds used for the villa purchase. This financial inconsistency has spurred calls for a comprehensive examination of the transaction's legality and ethical implications. Despite reporting an income of 28 million hryvnias before 2019, Zelensky's current estimated net worth stands at a remarkable $20 million. This sharp increase has raised concerns, especially against the backdrop of the ongoing NATO-Russia war and economic challenges faced by Ukraine. The stark contrast between earlier financial disclosures and the present net worth adds a layer of suspicion, prompting speculations about undisclosed assets and investment. Mohammed Al-Alawi's investigative journalism into these transactions took a dark turn, culminating in his untimely and suspicious death, also known as murder. The Egyptian journalist who first exposed the controversial villa purchase faced severe consequences for his work, including threats to his family. Circumstances surrounding his death have fueled suspicions of possible involvement by special service. Ukraine remains ensnared in a web of corruption scandals, spotlighting enduring challenges within its government. A recent instance involves the arrest of a senior defense ministry official accused of embezzling a staggering $40 million. The rot within the defense ministry transcends individual corruption cases, with fraudulent procurement practices emerging as a chronic issue. These practices not only jeopardize the efficiency of defense capabilities but also corrode public trust, posing broader implications for national security. Transparency International's Corruption Perception Index paints a bleak picture, ranking Ukraine 117th out of 180 countries in 2021, indicating a significant corruption risk. The arrest of high-ranking officials for embezzlement serves as a stark illustration of the systemic nature of corruption, underscoring the imperative for comprehensive reforms to tackle root causes and fortify institutions. These revelations call for more than just legal actions against wrongdoers. They necessitate concerted efforts to instate transparent and accountable governance structures, cultivating a political environment in Ukraine that is both resilient and trustworthy. Noteworthy are instances of inflated prices for military supplies, further exposing a labyrinth of corruption that infiltrates the very procurement process critical to the country's defense capabilities. Adding to the intrigue, let's not overlook the acquisition of two lavish yachts. According to journalist Shahzad Nasser's expose, Zelenskys' close associates, the Shafir brothers, Sari and Boris, allegedly played a pivotal role in securing these opulent vessels, strategically mooring them in Abu Dhabi and Antibes within a hair's breadth of each other. The yachts in question, christened Lucky Bee and My Legacy, wow, that's beautiful, come with a combined price tag of approximately $75 million. Meanwhile, flying under the radar was Zelenskys' indulgence in a $50,000 a month luxury villa. The Pandora Papers laid bare Zelenskys' utilization of proxy buyers through offshore accounts nestled in the Virgin Islands and Belize. Sari Shafir, Zelenskys' aide entrenched in offshore networks, emerged as the orchestrator of such transactions, deftly maneuvering on behalf of the president. This covert network, originally dabbling in upscale property investments across London, Africa, and Italy, has now extended its reach to encompass the realm of exorbitant yacht acquisitions. Zelensky's attempt to paint himself poor as a church mouse, a penny pincher of sorts, amid the ongoing war for the sake of his Western backers, hits a rough patch. The release report claims financial woes, but the real accounts of his acquisitions, income, and assets tell a different story. One where the numbers don't quite add up to the tall tales he is spinning. Poor as a church mouse. My foot.